So you want to go to Disney, but it's a crazy expensive. So you're looking for ways to save money. Well, I'm going to show you how to go to Disney World, how to take your family and do it for under $750 per person. Hi there, my name is Christine and I am a Disney adult. I love all things Disney. I have newly relocated to Orlando, Florida, so this channel is all about Orlando and Disney, and it's going to be about Universal and all the fun things. So if you want to follow along and that stuff is fun and interesting to you, you're going to want to go ahead and hit subscribe because I have tons of new content coming your way. Let's go ahead and get right into it. How do we go to Disney for less than $750 per person? Well, I'm going to show you how. This is staying off property, off Disney property. If you are interested in staying on property, I do have a video that shows you how you can stay on property for less than $880 per person. I will go ahead and link that video below for you, but this is for all of you folks who want to save a little bit more money and are okay staying off property. The first thing we're going to talk about is when we're going. I chose a time that's sort of on peak / off peak. It's right at the borderline, so it can be busy, but it also cannot be busy. I chose January 3rd through January 9th of 2022, so that is the week right after New Year's. This quote is kind of for a family of 4 with 2 adults and 2 children under the age of 10, because any children over the age of 10, Disney deems as an adult and has to pay adult ticket prices and all of that. So we are going in January with a family of 4, and we're keeping that budget under $750 per person. So the first place I always go is Expedia. I have found that Expedia just has the best rates, especially when you do their package deals. So when you do their hotel, and then you can add in a flight and add in a car. And their package deals are just incredible. They're always the best value of everything I've ever found. Expedia is definitely the place I go. Now, for the purposes of this video, I am only talking about tickets, hotel, and food. Those are the things I discussed when I was talking about staying on property, because when you're talking about flights or driving and rental cars and all the things like that, those are all personal preference to people. So whether you want to add those on or how you want to include all that kind of stuff depends per family. So we're just talking about the hotel, the tickets, and the food. So I do go to Expedia also just to book hotels. And what I do is I'll put in my dates, put in the amount of people, and then I will search where I'm going. And then you want to go ahead and filter by price. Now you're going to see a bunch of hotels that are cheap, that are like really cheap. And what I do whenever I'm looking for a decent hotel at a decent price is I just keep scrolling through until I see that it's 4-star rated or above. I have never had a single problem ever when I have booked a hotel on Expedia that is less expensive when it is 4-star rated or above. It's a really great way to get a good hotel at a decent value. And Expedia runs deals all the time with different hotels. Like there is a hotel that I have stayed at now 4 times. It is the La Quinta Inn North. It is on International Drive. Its rack rate for a room is $116 a night, and I have never spent more than $40 a night to stay there. And I love this hotel. It is not like the greatest hotel ever, but it is clean. It has a cute little pool. It is right next to everything. I absolutely love it. So when you're searching for a hotel and you're trying to stay in this budget, I recommend Expedia, filter by price, and then look for something that is 4-star rated or above. That is exactly what I did today when I went ahead and did the research for this video. And I went and I found, let me look at my notes here. It was called the Comfortably Stay by the theme parks in Orlando. I don't actually think that was a hotel name, but it was a really cool little place. It was a studio hotel. So it had a queen size bed, and then it had a pull out bed on the couch, but it included like a kitchenette, and the complex, it was kind of like a condo-y style complex. It had like a pool and stuff like that. And keep in mind, when you're looking for a property that's not on Disney property, you can look for things with free shuttles to the park, free breakfast. You can look at the distances to the park. If it has a water park, some of these hotels down here in Orlando actually have water parks included in them, which is super cool. Like they have like slides and things like that. So you can adjust your budget based off the hotels you find. You can even go on Expedia and find the hotel and find the deal and call the hotel that you want to go to. Tell them, hey, we noticed that you did this kind of price on Expedia. Would you be willing to match that or go lower, or are they any upgrades or anything like that? You can reach out to these hotels and get discounts as well. So for the hotel that I chose in January for the 6 nights, so it's 6 nights and you're doing 4 days in the park because you have those 2 travel days. You have the day where you come into Orlando and the day where you leave Orlando. The hotel that I chose with the little kitchenette and everything like that was $396 for all 6 nights. It was on a discount. I believe it was like $40-something per night. It was a great deal, and you can consistently find those kind of deals and discounts on Expedia. So we've got the hotel. Now we're going to talk about tickets. I do have a whole video on my channel dedicated to finding discount Disney World tickets in 2021, but really it applies to any year whatsoever. So I went ahead and I used one of those methods. I went to dvcrentalstore.com. It is what I personally use. It gives you about a 5% discount, which is about the discount you're going to get off of any website or any sort of discounted ticket service. Another popular one is Undercover Tourist. I will link both of those below, as well as the video that gets into more detail as to how to get discounted tickets for Disney. So for your 4 park days, for the 4 people, this is just a 1 park per day. This is not including a park hopper. And in that date range, the total of the tickets was $1,957.13. And this is why we say Disney is expensive. You just got a hotel on Expedia for less than $400, and you turn around and your Disney World tickets are close to $2 grand. So Disney is expensive, but this is discounted. These tickets are actually discounted. So if you went to Disney and purchased these tickets independently, like I said, you'd be paying just over $2,000, which is about 5% more. So you definitely want to go ahead and check those options out for getting your discounted tickets. So now we've got the discounted hotel, now we've got the discounted tickets, now we need to budget for food. When you are talking about going on a Disney vacation and you're budgeting and you're on a budget, one of the first things you're going to want to get rid of is table service restaurants. You're not really going to want to eat there because they average anywhere from $30 to $60 per adult and $15 to $30 per child, which is exceedingly more expensive than quick service restaurants, which range about $20 per adult and about $12 per child, and that is even on the high end. I would say it's more like 15 and 9. So you're definitely going to want to get rid of those table service restaurants, but you can include them in if your budget, you know, if you save some money somewhere else and your budget calls for it. But for the purposes of this video, we're going to be getting rid of those. Now, I don't want you to like freak out and be like, well, that's the whole point of Disney, to go do that kind of stuff. You can eat such amazing food and have such great experiences at Disney quick service restaurants. There are so many all over property, and they are usually pretty good. There's a ton of videos all over YouTube if you're looking for good quick service options or cheap quick service options. You can even review Disney's websites on their app or on their website and look at their pricing and all of that fun stuff. But today we're going to be budgeting out food based off eating at quick service restaurants for this family of 4. For an adult, a quick service meal, like I said, is about $20 on average on the higher end and about $12 on average on the lower end, or I mean on the higher end for a child. So that brings your total about $64 a meal. Now, if you do $64 a meal, you eat on property 3 times a day, you're looking at $192 per day on food. Now that is a lot of money. $200 a day on food is a lot. So one way to cut back those costs and to not eat so much on property and save a little bit of money is to actually have groceries delivered to your hotel. You can do this through places like Amazon Fresh or Instacart. There are tons of them online. You just go ahead and Google it. In the Orlando area, there is a bunch of them. Or since you're staying off property, you can Uber to like a Publix or a Walmart or a Target or something like that and pick them up yourself. If you have a rental car, you can go get them. But getting groceries for like breakfast and snacks in the hotel and things and snacks for your park bags and stuff like that will save you a significant amount of money when you're at Disney. So it is my personal advice when you are going on a Disney vacation and you're budgeting and you're on a budget to go ahead and spend about $100 on groceries for those 4 or 5 days, just so you're not spending all this money on food at the parks. So that brings your total to the amount of meals you actually eat in Disney, because you'd be eating breakfast off of the groceries you bought and like snacks and stuff like that. It brings your total of meals down to 2 meals a day. So for 2 meals a day for that family of 4, looking at $64 per meal, your total is $128 for food. So $128 times the 4 days you were actually in the parks and doing Disney things, plus the $100 you're spending on groceries, brings your grand total for food to $612. So now we have the total for the hotel, we have the total for the tickets, and we have the total for the food. I'm gonna run through those for you really quick. So your hotel, when you went on Expedia and you got your discount, was $396 for your 6 nights. Your tickets, when you went on dvcrentalstore.com or Undercover Tourist, whichever one you prefer, was $1,957.13. And then you have also budgeted $612 for food. This brings your grand total to $2,965.13, or $741.28 per person. In my opinion, that is a fantastic price for a family of 4 to go to Disney World, to spend 4 days in the parks, to be on vacation for 6 days. You cannot ask for a better price than that. It is a very good deal, and I hope that these tips and tricks helped you. If you're kind of wondering what's the difference between the prices on property and off property, since I did the exact same time frame, I just chose an on property hotel. I did the same parameters for tickets and the same parameters for food. The difference in the cost between on property and off property was $632.19, and that was 100% from the hotel. So you have to ask yourself, are you going to spend $632 on a rental car and all this other extra stuff that you would get with Disney for free? Because when you stay on property at Disney, the transportation is included. The transportation from the airport to the hotel is going away, but it is still currently included. That's why whenever people ask me, is it worth it to stay on property or off property, it's totally personal preference. When you're talking about spending a couple $1,000s on vacation, $600 is a lot of money, but it might be more worth it to you if you don't have to deal with getting a rental car and doing all of those sorts of things. If you had to ask me which of these packages I would choose, though, I would choose the off-property one, just because I feel like that $600 gives me more flexibility in the things I'm able to do. I hope that this video helped you guys, and if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. I love answering your guys' questions. I have no problem doing that. I don't care what the question is. You can also directly reach out to me on Instagram. The link for that is below. I hope you all have a magical day, and I'll see y'all real soon.